Let me tell you a little story about a little crazy thing that happened on the farm today that could have been really, really bad. Well, hey everybody, welcome. Try this again. Well, hey everybody, welcome back to Cattywampus Acres. It's Jason, and we got some stuff to do. It's nice today. It is really nice. It's, oh, I don't know, 70s, mid 70s, and it's February, so that's good. Just come in here and say hello to these ladies. We had a farmer's market today, so it's not, well, the roosters are ready. We already fed everybody because I had a farmer's market this morning. I'm just gonna go check on everybody. Sometimes when we feed them in the mornings, we don't necessarily spend as much quality time as we'd like to with them, and so check on them sometimes out here. Well, hey everybody, hey got Veruca and Luna. So have you notice Miyagi is chasing her. He must think she's in heat. I don't see her flagging, but oh, whoa. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know if I want to be in the middle of this. I don't know if I want to be in the middle of this. Francine says, nope, not me. Miyagi's got that tongue out. Oh man, he's ready to go. Veruca's just ready to eat. Here, let me get this hay string out of here. Let me get this out of here. You don't need that. Oh, I'm stuck on something. These Lamanches, man, they'll put away a bale of hay. Well, hey, Quag. Hey, Quag, you just relaxing? You just relaxing? Miyagi's doing his love call over here. Chickadees, how's everybody doing? How's everyone? Gentlemen, looking lovely. Look at this guy. That is a big stinking rooster. She's eating. Oh my god. Veruca is eating the hay out of this hay string. Oh, I wouldn't dare let any of this go to waste. Yeah, Momeeve over here. This dude is like 2.5 feet tall. He's gigantic. King George has really grown to be a gorgeous rooster. If you check this dude out, he's a barred rock. Just look at him, man. Look at this guy. That's a handsome fella. Both of them are very good looking roosters. I don't know, I've always loved the barred rock roosters. So take a look around, and we got Uncle Rico back there, I think. No, that's Duke, sorry. That's Duke back there. Uncle Rico's hanging out over there. And as you can see, if you take a look at these ladies, it looks like everybody made it out of molt. These are some gorgeous looking hens. Look at these ladies. Y'all look fabulous. Look at these Brahmas. Brahmas are gorgeous chickens. Barred rock there. Americanas. Salmon Favorall, she's young, so she's coming along. But, oh my gosh, look at this. Excuse you. The things we do to get away from love, huh? Yeah. So yeah, oh my gosh, she's on my foot. So the chickens look great. I'll check on little Raj over here. Hey. Ooh, looks like I need to do some... Uh-oh. That's not good. Boy, oh boy. You guys need to call your local farmer and have him come fix you. Got some rotten wood in here. That's not good. Well, hey everybody. Ollie says, I'm not getting up for you. So the funny thing is, Ollie has this igloo which he loves, and his little house over here, his little A-frame. But most of the time he chooses to sleep here unless it's raining. And then little Raj here, he's been hanging out with Ollie quite a bit. Him and Jolene have been snuggling up. And then these two sort of do, they're sisters, they're twins, they do their own thing. Isn't that right, Pepe? This is Peyton. You're just with us for the first time. And that's Tina. So yeah, that's the crew down at this end. Man, Luna wants me to protect her, don't you? Luna wants me to protect her. Not today. So I went to farmer's market today, and that's where we sell our soap. If you haven't checked out our Cattywampus Acres goat milk soap, we have a website. I'll put it right here. Check us out. It's awesome. Promise, it's a game changer. Well, hello everybody. Hey. Got Fiona, Buford, and Bojangles. So if you've never been with us before, Bojangles, this guy who's rubbing his head on my hand, and Buford were our first two goats. They're about 7 years old now, and got them when they were just little kids, and they are wethers, and so they are castrated. They are males, but they just don't have the goods to do the deed, you know what I mean? And this is Fiona. She's our Jenny. She's a mini donkey, and she is a 400-pound cat, basically, because she acts like she wants to be touched, and then you go in for the touch and she says no. She lets Lauren love on her, but not me so much. So I got to get out here and get prepped, because I have a friend who is bringing his goat kids over that were just born probably about a week ago, and he's bringing them over so we can do their disbudding. We're in here in the milk barn, and so this is where we keep majority of our supplies, I guess, and where we do our milking when the girls are in season. And so this is a disbudding iron. You can see that there. This is a Reinhardt, and this is what we use to do the disbudding. And disbudding is a thing that seems sort of mean at first, but it actually is pretty helpful. Here we have a little baby. How old?
Maybe 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
So just a couple weeks old, and Bill and Dee came over, and we're going to do some disbudding. And disbudding can seem sort of it is painful, I won't even lie, but it helps you in the long run. And the reason we disbud, and probably the same reason that Bill and Dee want their stuff disbudded, is goat horns can get very big, and they can cause a lot of issues down the road, like tearing into your legs, poking each other's eyes out, legitimately poking each other's eyes out,
or even getting stuck in a fence.
And so that's the other thing with goats, are being so intelligent. Sometimes they are trying to get that one piece of grass on the other side of the fence, stick their head through, and when they try and get out, they can't do it. And so as long as you have goats in captivity, it's something that has to be thought about. It's not for everybody. Each person make their own decision, but that's what we're going to do today, and I think it's going to go all right. Now pop off. Okay. All right. Way with you, sir. So the thing to remember is, when you're disbudding boys, their horns or their buds are shaped sort of like a triangle, and not really that big. And then the girls are round. So with boys, you have to sort of do like a modified figure eight, just to make sure you get the front of them, or they can get what's called skurs, which are little horns that pop up. Usually not bad. So if you get a skur, it is what it is. It's not a big deal. How's everybody? Everybody all right? Everybody all right?
Huh? He's doing his lips. Stupid goat. Yeah, our boy does.
See, you're good. Well, that, my friends, is Disbudding Goats 101. And now we got to get in here and water our lovely seedlings. Can I say that? Seedlings. And they're looking phenomenal. I'm super excited about our cool weather crops this year. They look great. Whole tray of onions down here. We got some broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and kohlrabi in this bad boy. And we have lettuce, spinach, kale, and Swiss chard in this one. Well, as you can see, I got in here and thinned them. Look at those things, man. Just look at those. Look at those. Look at these onions. Oh yeah. All right, everybody looks great. Looking lovely, lovely, lovely. Well, this is our first year using some liquid organic fertilizer. It was suggested by Travis over at Lazy Dog Farm that this stuff is pretty impressive stuff. He did a whole video on talking about the studies that they've done with this stuff, and it's pretty awesome. So we picked up a gallon of it, and I'm excited to try this. As you can see here, some of these are getting their true leaves. This is a true leaf right here. This is a true leaf. After your plants get their first set of true leaves, then and only then can you fertilize your seedlings. It's important. Give them some juice. You can make them strong. Well, as you can see, our onions are looking great. They're all standing up really nice. And I ended up coming in here and, hey, who's that guy? Who the heck's in my garden? Just kidding. So I came in here, I pruned our onions, which meant I cut off if they had like a limp leaf on them. I nipped it off so they would stand up straight, and I hand weeded all of the chickweed out of them. That took forever. I gave it some fertilizer that was slightly heavy on the nitrogen end, so we're trying to give them more nitrogen now. And then if we notice them starting to bulb here as the daylight gets a little bit longer, then we're going to give them no fertilizer. Our puny little Brussels sprouts, these stinking things. There are actually some sprouts in there. We just stink at growing Brussels sprouts. I don't know, these things are barely tall at all. Ugh, such a bummer. It's almost like they know that we like to eat them. Whatever. And here we are in the orchard, the fruit orchard. And as you can see behind me, I've done some work in here. I've been pruning, and I would hate to take you through the whole pruning process, but I sort of can give you some ideas and some tips of what we do here. And our goal is to take these trees that could basically be I don't know, 25, 30 foot trees. We plant them very close together. All these trees are 8 feet from each other. As we do with all the pruning here, we take them and keep them nice and small. Well, now, as you can see as I walk through here, that these trees, I've taken them down. This is one of our pear trees, and this one probably needs some more pruning, but it's probably 6.5 feet tall of what I pruned it down to. I promise you, you stick with our videos, come the end of summer, this thing's gonna be 14, 15 feet tall. It's crazy. I don't understand trees at all. Like, they're weird. Just when I think I have them figured out, I am wrong. But what I'd like to do is take this Santa Rosa plum and show you how I go through my process. I guess it could be called a process. I don't know. I'll sort of show you what I do and how I sort of shape our orchard the way I want it. Because I just walk through these trees. When these things are loaded down with fruit and they keep growing, if I were to not prune them, I would not be able to walk between them. Now you may ask yourself, why do I plant trees 8 feet apart? That should, I mean, the stickers on them say that they should be 15, 20 feet apart. Well, as you know, fruit trees need something called pollination, and they need a little bit of assistance in their pollination from things like bees and other flying creatures and the wind. So by putting the trees so close together, once we get a developed canopy, and all these canopies are sort of touching each other or going over like little archways, I've still yet to decide what we're going to do. But at that point, the nice thing will be these bees can just go from flower to flower to flower, and they can pollinate everything just the way we want them to do. And it'll make for a ton of fruit. And let me show you. Look at this thing. It is February. This thing is loaded down. Our Snow Angel White Peach. These are delicious. But as you can see, I pruned this down to about 7 or 8 feet last year. This thing is easily 15 feet tall. So I'm going to have to use a saw on this to take this down quite a bit. But this is what we planted when we were married. We actually had it at our ceremony. And some people do unity candles, but we decided to plant a tree together as a family. So we thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, these my snippers and even my my loppers, they're not gonna work for this. Definitely not. Okay, so with this Santa Rosa plum, first thing I do is I look around the tree. I sort of walk around it. And we need the center of all these trees cleaned out. And I think it's the Japanese that say that you want to basically you want to be able to have a bird fly through it. As you can see, when you go down to where we originally pruned it, We have some guys coming out of the bottom here. We need all these cleaned up. You don't want anything in the middle of this tree. It's got to have an open center. And if you have a limb that's going to be shading or shaded, you want to get rid of those. So this is in our center. We get rid of this. And I want to remind you, as I'm doing this, there is definitely no science to this. I think pruning fruit trees is a art more than it is a science. But what I can tell you is when we're done with this, these trees are going to flourish. Many people say that pruning is actually better than fertilizing fruit trees. If you have anything crossing over dead, you got to get them out of here. And this tree is grown pretty goofy. If we were to leave this alone, this thing would be a big old gnarly mess and probably wouldn't even bear fruit. And these Santa Rosa plums, if you've never tried them, are little small guys and they're very delicious. So I want to eat them. Let me get in here and do a legit pruning on this thing. So I always look, think, and then cut. And I always prune to an outward growing bud, which means basically what I'll do is I will walk around the tree, and if I want the branch to grow towards where I'm standing, like let's say this one right here, I will take my pruners and cut to that one. And so now that's what's going to do is stimulate the growth to these buds here, and what I can hopefully do is make this branch grow out this way. And if I don't like it at a later time, I'll correct it. Looks pretty good. The highest branch is going to be this guy right here, and that's only about, I don't know, 6.5 feet tall, which is very manageable. But it looks sort of like a hack job, but I promise you, as the season goes through and it starts to get its leaves, it's going to look awesome. And it's never going to be unmanageable. Like currently, this one, unless I use a ladder, is pretty unmanageable. We're going to actually have to get up in this tree, probably with a ladder, and take some branches off with a saw. This one's going to be a pretty heavy pruning. So we will do that next, but that's not for now. Hey, bums. Oh, hey, Ernie. Hey, we've never named these pigs. Can you guys give us some names for these pigs? The male, these two right here. The male, we're going to eat him. And the female, she's going to be our breeder, at least for a little while. They're Berkshire crosses. Ernie's a Mayshon. He's going to be harvested soon. But we need names for these two. So put in the comments down below some good name ideas for them. Tillage radishes are doing well. I will say, this end, not as good. So this end still needs some work. We're going to need to amend this with some fertilizer. These leaves and tops of the radishes aren't as big as this side, which you can probably see that on the video. This side's crazy big. Crazy big. We're just gonna let these grow. We're gonna let them grow until and do their thing. We also need to get a fence around here, and we need to get this brush cleared up back here. We think we're gonna move the pigs back here behind here next and have them sort of work this area. Well, kids, our next topic today is a very serious one, and it's about fire safety. And although I am not a firefighter, I know what can be safe and unsafe when it comes to the hot stuff. This is our burn pit. It's pretty, it looks like, when you look at it at first, it looks like there's no way that a fire could escape this. But oh, how you could be fooled. If you look around the back here, you can see she's a little charred looking around here. This tree with our zip line on it, well, the kid's zip line, if you look right there, it looks a little charred. Crazy, right? Well, let me tell you this story about what happened with our fire pit yesterday. So I was having a meeting with Travis over at TK Marketing, and getting some phenomenal tips about our website and stuff. So if you're interested in marketing stuff and you're looking to help your business out, make sure you check out TK Marketing. And so Travis and I are having a little Zoom meeting inside the kitchen area in there, and I look out my window. Now from this window I can see this burn pit behind me, and I can also see what appears to be my wife, Lauren, running back and forth to this fire pit, and I see what appears to be, allegedly, some flames. Well, it appeared like it was under control at first, but as I went on with my meeting, I determined that it was not okay. So I came out to help, and sure enough, we got some water on it, and and we dug a little dirt pit around it, and we were able to get the fire out. So no people were injured, no animals were injured, and we didn't burn our woods down, so that's really good. So just remember, only you can prevent forest fires, or farm fires in this case. And make sure you keep an eye on your wife when she's dealing with matches. Well, ladies and gents, I think that's all I have for you for today. Remember what we always say here: when you homestead, you're home fed. Hey, and if you like this video, please remember to hit that subscribe button and the bell right down below me here. And make sure you share this video with all your friends who might be interested in growing their own food or raising their own animals. And if you like this video, give us a big old thumbs up. Make sure you check out all of our affiliates down in the description below. We got some good folks down there, and some of them get you some discounts too. And remember, kids, fires are no joke. We'll see y'all next time.